Hey guys, just want to do a quick video. Happy New Year's. If This is actually New Year's morning for me, about 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to take my brother to the airport. He's going back to Connecticut, so I finished this build up last night about 10 p.m. So this is my last completed build for 2023. And just want to get a video out, share it with you guys before we roll into the new year. And the Johan Cadillac is getting close to being done, so I'll have a video update on that soon. And then I've been started on old Tom's GT40, and I'll probably be. Oh, I know I'm going to be working on the naked group builds. Ferrari. Looking forward to that. That'll be fun. And I don't know what else I'm getting into yet, but that's plenty to get going on for now. And then the day after Christmas, or maybe the next day, I don't know. I got a couple more shop cards in, and I wanted to share them. First of all, Justin, J Hart Model Works. I think we all know Justin. He's got to be one of my favorite builders to follow. Look, the work that he does is fantastic. Does a lot of 3D printing on his own to enhance his models. He just does a beautiful job. And he just built the new Tamiya Gordon Murray GM T50 or whatever it is, the new Gordon Murray. Super cool car and a gorgeous paint job, and he did a carbon effect on it that matches the real car, and it was just awesome. So I always look forward to seeing what Justin's working on. Thanks, Justin, for the kind words on the back. Justin's also active on Facebook, so you can always see his photos of his builds on there as well. Yeah, check him out. I'm sure anybody that's subscribed to me is subscribed to him, but he's a great guy and a great builder, and always enjoy seeing his stuff. And then Eric from Eric's Model Garage, another great builder. That's a beautiful Bel Air convertible there. He's got some really good looking builds, and I always love his color combos. It's just a classic color on that car. He's had a few beautiful builds that he's showcased on his Saturday showcases, showing off his builds, and just a great guy. More great words on the back of this card as well. So if you haven't subscribed to Eric, which I'm sure you have if you're subscribed to me, then please go check them out. I'll link these guys in the description, even though you probably already know about them. So this build, kind of like the Datsun, just been off and on all year. It is this kit. I've built several of these. You probably saw, maybe you saw the showcase video I did, where I basically showed off my 1/25th scale IndyCar collection. I always pretty much have an open wheel build going, and this one has drug on for most of the year. You can see my note here. I built it as the Brayton Amway Buick, which is well, it's this car. I'll just show you. That car, the bright pink and blue livery, and let me just tell you, it was just one of those kits. I just couldn't get it right. I messed up the blue. I messed up the pink. It spent most of the year in super clean, in one way or the other, and just finally got it back out this week after Christmas, and I said I'm going to finish this thing. And I finally laid down some paint. I had the blue and the white done. I was just redoing the paint because the last time I painted the fluorescent pink, it sort of cried. I had runs of pink down into my white, and don't know why. I obviously I don't know if I cut it too much. I don't know. It was odd. This time it worked fine. Same paint, same. I just don't know. I don't know if I jumped on the white too soon after. I usually don't. I usually am good about painting it and setting them off to the side, but who knows? My fault entirely, and it was just a nightmare. Which sometimes they're like that. But we got it finished up, and I'm happy with it. I love these kits. They're always fun. This one I'll show you I had a problem with, and I'm fine with it because I'll probably put it on the shelf, something like this, but I'll show you my issue with this one. You can see it here. I had to drop this wheel because of some work I did, and I didn't realize it in time to fix it properly. I know what I should have done now, which is fine, you know, if I ever do something like this again. But overall, I mean, even this looks fine. It looks good. So it's just if you're looking at it pretty well straight on, you got a little bit of too much camber in this wheel here. This car, the kit form, you can get this in kit form with the Amway livery, but it's a Cosworth. It's a Cosworth boxing. So this is a Lola Chevy, and the pop-off valve locations are different. So he ran the Cosworth everywhere except for Indianapolis, and in Indianapolis only, they of course ran the big turbocharged Buick stock block engine, and you know, the Buicks were the baddest of the bad at Indy back in the day, speed-wise, but they could never hold together. So, you know, that was something that the Braytons always did. Scott's father was a big part of the Buick program, and you know, they were strong engines. They just never had the reliability. So I just scratch built and added a little turbo inlet from the turbo to the induction on the top of the Buick, and then the pop-off valve was just mounted on this cover of the injection and everything. The Buicks pretty much didn't have very much visible. There might have been a little. I thought about painting this silver because there's sort of a fuel rail that runs around it, but you can't really see much on this particular version of Buick. So that's pretty much how I left it. I did some heat staining on the exhaust and the wastegate. So my mistake was when I mocked this up, because this is a 3D printed Buick from IndyCals, and what I had to do was take a razor saw to the Chevy and detach the transaxle from the Chevy, because on these IndyCar kits, the block and the transmission and everything is all one piece. So I razor sawed that off, and then I drilled this and pinned it. And when I mocked it up, it all looked level, it all looked good. However, I didn't have the front wheels on. So what I should have done, which I will do if I ever build another Buick car, because there's a couple that I could add the Buick to, I need to do the front suspension, mock up the front suspension, and then have the wheels at least dry fitted onto the back, so I can, well, before I drill and pin this, that way I can line it up. That's why I had to monkey with this, and I should have known that. I mean, you're cutting stuff that's part of the structure that keeps it square, so just a silly mistake on my part that I just didn't think through enough before I glued that and drilled it and pinned it. So I mean, it's solid, and the only thing is I just got a little bit of goofy suspension work over here, and it's not noticeable, but something that I would do different if I build another Buick. None of the AMT Lolas come with Buicks, but you can get the monogram kit, and it'll have a really nice plastic Buick. I've built one of those, but I have more of these, and I wanted to do this. I mean, they say it's a slightly more accurate kit, but I've not measured it, obviously. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that it's finally done. and the year for me is over as far as builds go. I really love this color combo. It's a very striking race car, and you know, Scott was always so strong in Indianapolis. So I think that's it. I've rambled on now for 10 minutes, and if you haven't clicked off, I'm sure you're tired of hearing about me. But anyways, make sure and check Justin and Eric out if you haven't. Like I said, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll be back very soon. Happy New Year one more time. And of course, I'll be going back to work this week, so less time in here working at the bench. But see you again soon.